Hey everybody, this is Stephanie. Thanks for tuning in. I am back and slowly easing back into crocheting and loom knitting. And I decided to share what has the projects that I've created so far and current WIPs that are on my hook slash loom. So I'm going to start off with the projects that I've already done. I don't have it here. Big blankets. So I am actually pregnant and I'm due in November, and I thought this would be the best time that I can do something that I've always wanted to do, which is donate some to the NICU for preemies. So I'm going to start off with the ones I had started that idea a while back before I was even pregnant. I think I did like this one and I think one more, but I gave it to a friend when she was pregnant. So but this is, so I don't remember most of the yarn that I used. This one, it was like the baby yarn Burnett yarn. This one I believe was like a robin egg, I think it was called. I don't see it around anymore. So they're for like preemies, so I didn't make them as big. My goal is to make 10 by November, which is when my baby's due. So I can be able to at least donate 10. If I'm able to do more, that's not, that'd be great. So I used up almost all the baby yarn that I had in my stash. This one looks like candy canes. I don't know if you can see the color. It has a mixed of pink and like a white almost. And again, I just needed to a border and weave in the ends to all of them, which when I get to the 10, then I would do that. I have this one in this very, very bright, colorful pinks and orange. What would you have for the border for this one? I'm thinking that dark pink would probably be better. So again, just need to do the edges. I think I have 7, so I have 3 more to go. If I'm able to do more by November, that's nice. Alright, I have this marshmallow yarn and I went ahead and striped it with some white. And I just need to do the border and I'll call it done. I did have a lot more of the white in the marshmallow, so I went ahead and made an additional blanket. This one is just all marshmallow yarn and then just a white border. And then this is a completely different material. It is, I think, like a size 4 or 5 bulky, and it was like a charisma baby yarn or something. So it is different from the Burnett baby yarn. It's not as soft, but it still has that soft texture. In my stash, I had this pink one for the longest time, and I think I had some white. So I went to the store and I did purchase this blue in the same type of weight, and I think same brand. And it does have some white in it, so that gave me the idea to go ahead and pair it with the white and do this block system. Mainly these stitches that I'm working with is the moss stitch or the single crochet. For this blanket specifically is the moss stitch, and I just love the way that looks. I think it would have looked so much better if I alternated rows instead of going in the block system per skein. However, that was way too many ends, and coming back into crocheting, I just knew I wasn't going to finish it if that's the case. So I went ahead and just went in the 3-tier block, and I love the way this looks. Another blanket to donate. Alrighty, moving on from that goal, that project. I also had my sister-in-law, her sister-in-law just had a baby in August. So I wanted to start this project for her and give her a baby blanket. She's also having a girl. So I went ahead and made this in the moss stitch. And it has this very subtle ombre from dark pink to light pink to white, and I love it so much. And it is also baby Burnett yarn. This is I have brought 3 skeins. I only used roughly about 1.5, almost 1 3/4, and I had one left, so I'm going to go ahead and make another baby blanket and put that in the donate pile. So I'm using up all my baby yarn, which is something that I'm trying to do. For January, I went ahead and destashed all the yarn that I knew I wasn't going to use. I went ahead and grabbed out work in progress, my previous WIPS, our PhD project half done. I donated like a lot of yarn, and I just feel so much better. I think it was this January, if not last January. I can't even remember anymore. But I got rid of a lot of yarn. So any of the yarn that I'm sharing now, it's yarn that I fought to keep. So I am not forcing any projects. I'm just really trying to get motivated and inspired to actually use what I decided to keep. But this was actually a new yarn since I had already run out of all the baby yarn when I found out that she was pregnant and having her baby in the end of August. And I was like, well, I gotta hurry up. I gotta make her a blanket. And I love it so much. And I couldn't have asked for a better turnout for that skein of yarn. It's so perfect. So beautiful. And I went ahead and already did the edging, the border. I just needed to weave in those ends and give it to her. So that's another project blanket that I did for August. Moving into September, the one current WIP that I'm working with right now is Halloween themed. Now this is a newer yarn in my stash just because I felt like I needed like a little reward finishing that baby blanket in regular time. I was like, can I buy new yarn please? I have no yarn in here that's good for Halloween and I need it, right? Okay. Right, I had some projects that I could have done, but I couldn't resist. Okay, so what I'm making right now is a granny hexagon cardigan in the Halloween colors of black, orange, and purple. You guys, can you see it? This is the first panel, and I gotta make one more panel. And working with the hexagon stitch, you do 6 corners, and then you just keep getting it bigger until it reaches the size you want. This is going to be on the bigger side, but I'm totally fine with that because come October, I'm still going to be pregnant until November, so I'd rather have it too big than too small. So it's going to feel mighty comfy. The yarn that I'm working with is the Heartland Lion brand yarn, 100%. I got it on 40% off all the yarns that I purchased that day, so that's why I was like, steal, take that. So I am on the second panel right here, and I just have like 2 more rounds to go, the orange and the purple and then the black, and I'm done. So I'm almost done, you guys. There's that project. Next project is, let's see, that's September. Also in September, I have another WIP, work in progress, PhD, whatever you want to call this. These are like projects that I started way back when and picking them up and debating, keep it, frog it, make something new. So I have this yarn. This is the, I think also Charisma. It's like a chunky bulky weight, and I made a sweater with this, and I'll place a picture here. I was so proud of myself when I initially made it, but I knew that I wasn't going to wear it. There was too many issues with it. It wasn't long enough. I didn't like that I did the panels, 2 panels in the front instead of just 1 panel, and it is thicker. I wanted it longer, and that was like the first time that I really worked with the moss stitch, and I feel like I adhered or sewn the the panels together wrong. It just doesn't look good, okay? So I'm frogging that. I have it over there. It's not frogged all the way. So we're just gonna, yeah. I'm gonna go back to that because I would love to have a very bulky like sweater in the thick of winter. That sounds amazing. But I'm mad at it right now because it's taking forever to frog. But that's on the list, okay? I'm thinking of a nice bulky weight sweater. Maybe I'd do a hexagon cardigan, or it'll be in the garter stitch on the loom, because I do like the way the garter stitch works up with that yarn. So next project that is a current WIP that I gotta debate if I want to frog or keep going. I'm thinking this is gonna be like a little lapgan. It is random, neutral colored. I didn't even put them together. I had them completely random. I didn't make a pattern or nothing. I just love the colors. And all I gotta do now is make the border, which is gonna be green, this green right here. Or do I frog this and do granny squares and make a granny square sweater in the neutral colors? I mean, I'm obsessed with sweaters right now. I want a sweater for like every holiday, every color. So what I use, I think I would use the sweater more, but I'm not 100% sure. So what do you guys think? Frog it, granny square sweater, or just do a border, have a lapgan, call it a day. let me know. I'm on the fence. That's why it's kind of like on the back burner, but I didn't get rid of it, so that says something. Just gonna place it down here. Yeah. Okay, next one. So that's for this month, September, October, September. I don't know if I'm gonna do those. So if I don't do those, I got these right here. So you guys, I'm gonna place a picture here of that sweater. You guys, that is a sweater I want so bad. Looking in my stash, I have the colors, and I've had these yarns, this yarn, for years. So long before I found that pattern, that sweater. So I have my green, I have this beige tan color, just like that pattern, and then I got the orange. But I also have a yellow I'm going to put with it because it's the only yellow and the only orange. And I have 3 of the brown tan color, 2 of the green, and then these 2. So that's 7. Is it enough for a sweater, you guys? Is it enough for a sweater? Oh, I didn't mention what it is. So it was on clearance at Hobby Lobby years ago, so I can't even find anymore, so that sucks. It is 80% bamboo and 80% polyamide, and it is a size 5 bulky. Guys, it feels so soft. It is bamboo spun brand. I don't think I'm gonna be able to find anymore, and I kind of don't want to buy anymore if I don't have to. So I'm gonna see if I can make that sweater. I'm gonna do a swatch and see how big it measures and then how big I want it. And if it doesn't measure that, I think what I'm going to do is make a purse. So I'll do a couple of granny squares and turn it into like a purse, like a messenger bag. So, because I thought to keep this yarn in my stash, I was like, I can't get rid of you. I love these colors so, so much. So, sweater, blanket. My sweater, purse. All right. Next project is this right here. Going through my stash, you guys. I'm gonna hope to try and get all of this done month to month. I am very season based. I am a seasonal crafter. So I have these Simply Karen Soft yarn, 3 of them in this variegated orange yarn, just called Gold, and it's been in my stash for quite a bit. I would really try and just want to make it work with these 3. However, I could probably go to the store and buy more, and it shouldn't matter because it's variegated yarn, so it shouldn't like look funny in any way or off due to the different dye lots. I either want to make a hexagon cardigan, this basket weave stitch sweater, or do I have more yarn in this bag because I have 2 options. So I'll make a sweater. One fell. Don't tell anybody. Okay, so I'll put that up in a bit. Or make a fall blanket with this being the main color, this red, and then do these in like the leaves. And I'll just place a picture here of 2 different versions that I have in mind. So, or I can make that as a sweater too with the little leaves on there. There's a thought. So I may add more colors in if I need that, because again, the idea of having this as a sweater, how many yards do I really need? And if I can't, then my backup plan is making a fall blanket with leaves. Or a sweater if I add in the red. I could totally do that. All 3. I mean, not all 3. Total 5. Yeah. So, alright. Next project. So now let's moving into November. So although I'm going to place quite a few on my lap here to you for November, I do want to mention my daughter is due in November, and judging by the condition of whatever is going on with her and her heart, I don't know if she's going to be in the hospital a lot, so I may be able to knit while I'm there, crochet and everything else, or if she's going to be home with me. Either way, I don't know what is in store for November, but I'm going to have projects just in case. So in November I have 2, possibly 3. And they're gonna all be Christmas related because I'm ready for Christmas. I want to have those projects there for Christmas. The first one is something that I started last year, and it is a very colorful, very festive. This is my ugly sweater, you guys. So give me a moment. Don't judge it. It is so beautiful in my opinion. It is in the moss stitch, and it is working with a light green, a dark green, a red, and that beautiful pink in the moss stitch, and I loved it so much. If that does not scream festive to you, what does? What does? And I just need to kind of work up a little bit here, a little bit here to kind of put them together, and then I just gotta do the sleeves. It's kind of hard to do now when I'm pregnant because I measured this last year when I wasn't. I didn't even know I was gonna have a baby, so yeah. I love the colors. I'm gonna do a solid green for the sleeves. Call it a day. You know, there's enough color here at the main, the chest and the back. Green is all you need. And yeah, we're gonna call that good. So, and yeah, as you can tell, I have so many ends to weave. I am dreading this part. But yes, I'm excited to get that one done. So, now that I talked about those two, I mean that one, the next project that I have in mind are these two granny square sweaters. The first one is where you do like a bunch of granny squares and then you do like appliques on that. Love that idea. I did something similar with my son last year for his ugly sweater for school, and I really thought maybe I could try and do that as well. The next option is this tree one, and I just love the tree and the simplistic of it. Again, it's another granny square and you can't go wrong with it. So I'm gonna probably do like one of those, and then the last one that I know I want to do, it's been on my list that I started doing last year or the year before, but I took it off the loom. So this is actually the loom that I had the pattern or the project started on. It is 70 pegs. This is the Martha Stewart loom. I love working with the loom. I've mentioned it on this channel before. Working with looms is like the perfect middle ground between crochet and knitting, especially instead of using the boy looms, using the Martha Stewart loom. I love the tighter gauge that it gives each project, gives it a closer touch to knitting. So I thought about doing a stockinette stitch sweater, very simplistic, but in an E-wrap instead of the flat knit, so that way it's not very time consuming because I do not like to knit. So if I make it too much of a boring project, yeah, it won't get done. So but I need to make it bigger because working with that first panel, I've done so much. I'll place a picture here now. It's working with the garter stitch edging and the E-wrap body. It just looks small, so I'm gonna have to make a bigger loom so that way I'm able to do that project. Here it is. This is it off of the loom. It is a berry red. It's not a true red. It's a nice berry red, and I just cannot wait to get started on that one. For January, which is going to be another sweater. Again, I'm obsessed with making sweaters right now. I just kind of want to have a sweater for every season / every month. So I am debating between either making a sweater out of these three. It's Simply Soft Karen acrylic in a snow camel color. As you can tell, it's variegated and it has the soft grays and white, and I just feel like that's a great sweater to have in your stash, kind of neutral base. It may be the basket weave stitch, it may be a hexagon cardigan, it may be a completely new sweater pattern that I haven't tried. I really want a sweater out of this colors right here. Also, another option that I thought was also good for January is this Red Heart True Blue Ombre Super Saver. As you can see here, it has all the shades of blue. This also fits perfectly for winter for me, so I may grab another one or two depending on how much I need for each project, but I would love to see a sweater out of this as well. Working with the hexagon cardigans, I love the ombre look, so maybe I would consider this. The only drawback is I hate for one panel to look different from the other, even though you're using the same yarn. So we'll see about that. Maybe working with the moss stitch probably be better. I think working with the moss stitch in the variegated yarn is the best pattern to use, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see. And throughout the months, I will share updates regarding all of the projects that I'm sharing now. But yeah, so now, you guys, I am so proud of this project that I started last year, and I was so bummed because I didn't get to finish it at the time that I wanted to. I started it like end of January, beginning February, and it's my February sweater. As you can see, I did granny squares with hearts, and I did an ombre from light pink to red, and I love it so much already. What stopped me from this project was I didn't like how it went from so much color to nothing. It looks flat. It looks naked. And so what I thought I could do is frog this top portion out and then alternate between white and this light pink, white pink, and then also the sleeve be alternating between the white and the pink. So that way it's not like, it doesn't look like plain on the top section. I feel like it's an afterthought. So that's what I need to finish off for this pattern. I am so excited and I really want to make sure I get this done. And I have so much ends to weave, you guys, it's killing me. I need to get better at doing it while I'm in the process because this does not motivate me to come back to it, you guys. No motivation, you guys, but I'm gonna do it because it's gonna be so worth it and we're gonna look so cool with our own crocheted, handmade wardrobe, right? Okay, pep talk, got it. Okay, and the last project that I have for January / for February is this yarn right here. It is the newest one in my stash. Upon getting the baby yarn, I found this yarn. It's called I Love This Yarn, and as you can see, it is very slightly variegated in the softest pink ever and some white. And I'm going to share a swatch that I did because I couldn't resist. I had to know how it was going to look. This is the main one that started me off going back to stockinette stitch on the loom because I just felt like, oh, it'd be so dainty, so light, and so perfect. It's called Fuzzy Slippers. Can you see that variegated color? Really, really light. Alright, and I share the picture now with how the swatch looks, and I'm so excited. So that is all I have to share with you guys. If you would like to see any of the projects that I've shared with you, definitely comment down below so I can keep you updated and share those videos. I hope you enjoyed the process, and you comment down below and let me know what's on your desk, what's on your hooks, what's on your loom, and what's on your needles. I would love to hear and get inspired by you guys as well. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video.